price of freedom is death. We're coming to get our check.
Black first, my brothers and sisters, welcome to the Afro Elite YouTube channel. I am your host, Afro Elite. And before we get started, please make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button so you're subscribed, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss out on any future content. Also, leave a like and share this on your various social media platforms, because all of that helps the reach and the growth of the channel. Make sure we're all in here. We got our brothers in here already. We have Gene Harvey. I appreciate you. Be one of you. War with us. SEMA 27. That work. Oh, that's a cool name. YG 11 TB1. I see you, brother. Be one of you. Kara, our sister Kara is in here. Be one to Kara Mills. Iron Will. I see you, brother. Black Rasta. I see. Okay, I see you guys. We're in here. Okay. We are in here tonight. I appreciate every single last one of you guys. Now, I'm going to give another reminder later on towards the end of the broadcast when more people start to pile in. But tomorrow is when I'm going to have the meeting in Chicago, the reparations meeting. Okay. That's just getting the community together so we can get, our heads together on that point. All right. So that's what that's going to be about. And I've already given the details about that. So I'm not really going to take up too much time focusing on that part, but I've already given the details about that. Right now, if you guys haven't seen, I put this up on my I put this up on my Twitter account. Got a decent amount of reaction and views. All right. So I wanted to show this to you guys so we can really break this down, because there's a lot that needs to be discussed here. It's a lot that needs to be discussed. All right. And shout out to everybody in the room. I see you guys piling in the room already. Not even 3 minutes in, and we got over 40 people in here. So I appreciate every single last one of you all. Now, and you guys have seen a little bit of this if you guys are following me on Twitter. I'm going to put this up right here. But this is a black correctional officer. It was some misconception about whether he was a current officer or a correctional officer. He says he wasn't, but research has shown that he actually was a correctional officer at the time. And he gets pulled over for what the lady said was speeding. And am I buffering? I don't know. If I'm am I buffering, y'all? I don't think so. So he gets pulled over for what the lady says was speeding and for something with his license plate. All right. And this is in Naperville. Naperville is a city like about maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours away from Chicago. So it's in Illinois. It's not by Chicago, but it's like about 2 hours away. So, let's really get into it so we can break it down how it needs to be broken down. I'll hide my face right here. All right. Okay, so I'm not buffering. That's good.
Identified as 42-year-old Christopher Cribbs.
How are we doing? You have your license and insurance, please? Ambersale and North Aurora.
What about being pulled over?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, you're speeding. Number two, you have a license plate cover.
Okay, it's going to stay there.
I'm sorry? I can't understand you. What?
It's going to stay there.
What's going to stay there?
That. The license plate cover.
Okay. Do you have insurance for the vehicle?
No, go ahead and write the ticket. I'm not looking.
You don't have insurance for the car?
I got insurance, but I ain't got it written. It's at home.
Okay. Is this your current address?
No.
No? Okay. What's your current?
Oh, hold on. I'm an officer and I'm armed. My gun is right here.
Now, so mind you too, the bleep that you heard at that point in time, that was him stating his current address. All right. That's why you couldn't hear anything. So anytime you hear, it seems like there's no audio at all. That's because they edit when they say something that's going to be like leaking, doxing type of information. All right. So he gave the address to the car, the address that the car was registered to, and then she asked, "Is that your current address?" He says no. What is it? And then he states what that was. All right. So that we take everything in full context. Now let's continue.
Crazy. Here we go. Because it's right here. I just remember.
Okay.
Christopher then provided his Cook County Sheriff Correctional Officer ID.
Here you go.
Now, with that ID, okay, the thumbs up was really, bro? Okay, dude. Now, he has two IDs. He gave her driver's license first, remember? Yeah, I know the thumbs up was corny. What black man gives thumbs up like that? Yeah. Gotcha. Got my ID, officer. Yeah. Cool. Okay. It's a little much, brother. That's a little much. You ain't got to do all that. But he gave the ID registered to the vehicle, and then he gave his other ID. He had another form of ID which stated his current address. All right.
I gotta take it too.
Okay.
All right, come on, get the ticket on, or let me go home. I got you.
I don't understand why you're acting like this.
Because I asked you. I don't know, because I'm irritated today.
Okay, I mean,
I'm right here at the crib. I got another crib right here. I'm just ready to go home. I'm tired.
Okay, so what is your actual address then?
The address that this car comes back to is what you just wrote down.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Right.
the only one you need.
Okay, what town is that in?
That's Naperville.
Okay.
Because I stay over I got an
There's a
apartment
lot
over
of Giordano's in there.
And down. You know that's downtown Naperville.
Okay. There's no other main streets?
Hold on. Why did you jump out the car
Okay,
so
stay
fast?
in the car.
This is her acting kind of goofy. She got the address that the car was registered to. If she ran the plates like she's supposed to before she even gets out the car, she would have known that that's the correct address. All right. This man is talking too much, but we're getting to that in a little bit. But the thing is that he gave two forms of ID, but with two different addresses, the address that was registered back to the vehicle and then his current address, and told her that he didn't give it, I guess didn't write it down, but he told her where he stayed. Okay. So this is her doing a little bit too much. Okay, but where is the address? Well, where's the Giordano's? Is there any main streets? Okay, ma'am. What are you're gonna go to his house later on? That's not you doing a little bit too much. What he's doing, he should have just gave the thing and been quiet. All of that, he's doing too much by talking, but we're gonna really get into it in a minute. Because it don't get, if you think this is where it gets down, it don't get down right here.
For me.
And the reason why I'm doing this, let me pause this for a second. The reason why I'm doing this is because I've advised for a long time about how you're supposed to act and how you're not supposed to act when you get pulled over. And I feel like this is a perfect example of things that you're supposed to do and not supposed to do, because there was wrong on both ends, but things you're supposed to do and not supposed to do. And he's a black officer too. So this is like killing two birds with one stone, because this shows as a black officer, you don't get that officer privilege that you see your white counterparts getting. Also, too, this is also can be a teaching moment of course, what you're supposed to do and not supposed to do. So I'm going to continue. Right?
Christopher began yelling and waving his arm out the window in an attempt to get the officer to come up to his vehicle.
What do you need? Well, I'm trying to do something. No. Why are you? You can't leave.
Now, one thing, I can't hear what he's saying. He's yelling something, and I guess he wanted to talk to her. He kept waving for her to come here, and she said no or something. He's all like, hurry up and write the ticket. I think he said that a little bit. He said something else. I couldn't really hear all of it. He said that, and she was like, no. and he's saying something else. I can't really make out what he's saying.
What do you need to talk about? No, I'm not following you. From 22, he decided to pull off from my traffic stop. He claims he lives over here somewhere, and he wants me to follow him home. And 22, send me another car. What do you need?
I wanted to talk to you.
Yeah, and I was telling you I'm trying to run.
You all the way unprofessional. You doing things wrong.
Unprofessional?
Now, do you want me to talk on your taser and tell you everything you did wrong?
Why don't you go back into
No,
your
I'm
car?
about to go in the house. You got my ID. The plates come
Now,
back.
when he says taser, so you know, he means body cam. I don't know if that's like a cop thing. I don't know if that's a cop thing to say taser, to refer to as a taser. But he said body cam. So I'm going to tell you why he's frustrated. He's frustrated because when he gave that little thumbs up in the wink and all that, he thought that he was going to get the, oh, you're one of us pass. Oh, never mind, sir. You have a good day. And he thought she was going to just let him slide. But she didn't do that. She was like, oh, you have a badge? You're an officer? Oh, okay. Well, whatever. And then that's when you see, after he gave that little corny little thumbs up, that's when you see he starts to get kind of frustrated because he's all like, oh, hold on now. What is this? Whoa, what is this? So he pulls off, which you're not supposed to do. And he knows you're not supposed to do that. He pulls off to his house and it gets escalated from here.
Back to the address. Do your job. Go get a supervisor. Write the ticket, but number one, number two, I'm on your taser. I asked you, what are you pulling me over for? You said a number of things. What was the number of things? You only said my plate. I said
Speeding.
Oh,
And
I was
the plate
speeding. How
cover.
fast was I going?
Okay.
Nah, you don't know. You see where I'm at? Come around, knock on the door, I get a supervisor. Because I don't even trust them.
Of course.
Because she got it on her taser cam. I showed her my taser cam, and both of them motherfuckers scared me.
I'm not scared of you, sir.
Okay, I got pulled over for possibly speeding. I don't know. And the plate cover. Okay.
Mind you, she says, I'm not scared of you, sir. She didn't say that till the backup got there. Okay, she called for backup. And this is something that a lot of female cops do. They try to prove themselves like they're not the weak cops, because let's just be honest, males are stronger than females. So they try to do the most to try to prove that they're not the weaker cop. So when they're around other cops, they be all like, I'm not scared of you. I'm tough. I'm bad. And we're going to see more of that later on. The female cops tend to do the most to prove themselves not to be the weaklings in the department or whatever. Because you see, she didn't move at all. She didn't get any. She didn't take a step closer to him at all. She stayed right by the car, called for backup immediately. Then when other cops got there, she's like, I'm not scared of you, sir. Ma'am, ain't no need to lie. There's no need to lie about that.
Only reason
and I'm only saying this to say, you guys have to be aware when you're dealing with, exactly, especially the white ones, with the white females, when they come around and everything, you might not think they're as aggressive as the male officers are. They're not able to really pick you up and body slam you to the level a male officer is going to be able to do. But the thing is that a lot of times they'll escalate an incident. They don't tend to de-escalate incidents. They tend to escalate an incident because they have a thing. It's almost like an ego trip for them, where they do the most to prove that they're not weak in the department, especially if they're around other officers. If they're around other male officers, then yeah, they'll do that. Now, this isn't saying that he's not acting goofy himself too.
He seen the plate cover because I was speeding, correct? When he put me over. When she come to the car, you can read my plate. I know I ain't on patrol. I know she's supposed to run my plate and send it in. She come to my car, I give her my license. She asking me, is this the correct address? I said, no. This car comes back to another address. She would have known because I kept on telling her the same shit. She would have known that should she had a red in the plate.
She might not have read it yet. I don't know.
I know, but she coming to the car now. I got my gun on me and shit underneath the seat because I just went in the grocery store or whatever, right? Okay. So now I'm like, oh shit. She's standing here. She see my gun. Let me show her my officer. And she still ain't giving me the fucking ticket. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever she gonna do.
See, that's the thing. Let me show her I'm an officer. Okay. You didn't have to show her you were an officer. You could, I mean, a lot of people have guns. They're not a part of law enforcement. So you can just say, hey, I have a registered firearm in the vehicle. It's right here. You can easily do that without saying that you're an officer at all. He tried to say that he was an officer because he believed that him being an officer was going to get him some type of pass that he didn't get. That's why he said that he was an officer. Okay. Not because he had a gun. He used the fact of him having he used him having a gun as a way to announce him being an officer. All right. So once he showed, hey, I'm an officer, and he didn't get that officer, oh, okay, you have a good day, sir, pass that he sees his white counterparts getting all the time, that's when he starts getting frustrated and emotional.
Okay. That's what I'm tripping on. We still here talking. She called her a backup. What we talking about? I got shit to do.
Okay.
A traffic infraction. And I told her I'm an officer. I say, can I talk?
And how I know this is why he's upset and is not reaching. He keeps saying, I'm an officer. This is about the fourth time he says he's an officer. And he's going to repeat that a lot more. He's going to repeat that he's an officer. So this is why he's really frustrated. The traffic stop, if you count like right up here, when you look at the minutes, it's not like she was taking forever. Yeah, she should have ran the place back beforehand. Okay, yeah, we get that. But the thing is that it's not like she's taking all day. Okay, I can understand if anybody gets pulled over, you are going somewhere, you're trying to get somewhere and the cop is slowing you up. So I can understand that. If you're tired from work, if you're going to work, I can understand that. Nobody wants to be stopped by the police ever. Nobody. And I can understand if they take a super long time, if they take their time. Okay. And that's happened to me before. But when you look at the clock, it's not like that happened for a very long period of time. So it's not like she was holding up a large portion of his day. It's not like she was sitting there for 30 minutes or anything. The whole traffic infraction was actually very brief. The reason he's upset is because, hey, I told you I was an officer. Why are you treating me like I'm not? Oh, because he's a Negro. He's not realizing this yet.
Talk to you because I wanted to ask this. I forgot what it was. Because I can't come over there. I can't walk back to her because she's scared of me.
Where are you an officer at?
Cook County Sheriff Department. I drive the buses. I drive the big bus. I drive the inmates to court to other counties. I'm in the process of retiring. 17 years. I'm currently on the job.
So you left then? Is that right?
Yeah, I pulled off over here because she won't come to the car and talk to me. I can't come to the car and talk to her. So what the fuck we standing there for? And she know I'm an officer. So what is we talking about?
Here's the thing, though. If you're an officer, you should know that you need to stay there, right?
What did I do?
You left the scene.
Oh, that sounds like a bullshit report.
You left the traffic stop. Did
I try to get your attention to come to me?
Yes, and I was in the middle of doing something.
Okay, who do you work for?
City
of Korea. Who do you work for? Because in this capacity, you work for me. And so you told me not to get out the car. That means come here. You asked me what? I said I needed to talk to you.
We have kind of a way we do things, right? We get the information, whatever, we go back and make sure. I got you on that, and I got the protocol. So, I know we operating great. But listen, but what she doing, she operating in the red. She's fucking up. But listen.
And I'm trying to give her a big up.
Just because you call her up doesn't mean she can drive everything and come right back, right?
I can't come to her.
That's true.
Look, this man, and I'm doing this because this is something that people need to see so we can really examine. This is not how you conduct yourself, okay? We have to understand, as a black person, especially a black man, when you've been pulled over, you have to have in your mind that you are behind enemy lines. All right. You're behind enemy lines in your head. All right. So you can't sit up there. I know my rights. You work for me. Sir, stop that. All that. I know my rights. I know what I can. Listen, you are behind enemy lines and you need to act like that. You need to act like you're a prisoner of war when you've been stopped. This does not mean that you go around kissing up to the cop. This don't mean you go up kissing ass. That's not what that means, okay? You say as little as possible. That is what it means. You say absolutely little as possible. Only what is necessary. She asked for the ID or whatever the case is. He said, hey, I don't have it. Write me a ticket, whatever. He should have waited. This is what he should have did. He should have waited, because it's not like she would have sat there forever. He should have waited and took the ticket or whatever the case is. But he's upset. And the reason why this escalated to this degree, because he is upset that his officer, he's upset she didn't let him go when he announced he wanted to be an officer. I mean, not wanted to be, he was an officer. When a cop, let me pause it real quick. When a cop pulls you over, you don't say nothing. This is what I advise, because I see some people, they be all like, well, you pulled me over. I know my rights. I'm in this, I'm this. Listen, that's not what you do. Now, you don't go around kissing ass, though, because I've seen some people when the cops say, oh, that's a nice haircut, sir. How you doing? Did you see the Cubs game? Don't be doing that. Don't be doing either one of those, okay? When a cop pulls you over, don't say nothing. Do you know why I stopped you? I don't. Not sure. No. Don't give them a reason. Even if you were speeding, if you were going 100 miles an hour past the speed limit, if the speed limit is 50, you go on 150, and the cop stopped you. Do you know why I stopped you? Not sure. All right. I stopped you for speeding. Oh, okay. Don't say nothing. Where were you going? Just driving. You don't have to tell them that. You don't have to tell them where you were going to, where you were going from. You don't. They'll ask. They always ask. Oh, so where were you going? Just driving. Just driving around. They don't have a right to ask you that. They have a right to get your ID. They have a right to get or your driver's license, right? They have a right to get your driver's license, your insurance, registration. That's it. Whatever. And you do have a right to, I would advise if you had like a thing where you can put your camera, like a phone thing that holds your phone, and you can put your phone somewhere so you don't have to be holding your phone or whatever. You can put it right there, and it's far enough away so it can see your entire body or whatever the case. You can do it like that. What you want to do, you want to say that. So you want to do it like that so the transaction can go as quick as possible. Don't be trying to explain what you're doing, why you were speeding, why this, why that. If they say they want to write a ticket, don't even try to talk your way out of that. And I know that sounds a little weird because nobody wants a ticket. I get that. Don't even try to do that, because most of the times the tickets, you go to court, the officer ain't going to be there. So most of the times you can beat the ticket or whatever the case. If they pulled you over for light or something like that. If they pulled you over because your light was out and you didn't notice that, and be like, oh, thank you for letting me know. Didn't know. I'll get it fixed. Okay. Or something like that. All right. Get it fixed before you go to court and the ticket's going to get dismissed or whatever the case is. So don't try to, why are you going to be messing with me? And I know my rights and you work for me, all getting all emotional and stuff like that. Don't do that. You have to understand, this is like the prison warden and you're the prisoner in this situation. You should be doing you need the transaction, well, not transaction, the altercation between you and the officer. You want the interaction. That's the better word for it. You want the interaction between you and the officer to be as quick as possible. No talking necessary unless you have to. You don't really have a license ID. You pulled me over. Whatever you pulled me over for. Okay, you write me a ticket. Okay, cool. That's it. he's doing the most because he's upset that his badge privilege, whatever his cop privilege or whatever, a correctional officer privilege, he's upset that didn't work. All right. And this is not how you act, because when you pull off, what could have easily happened is you pull off. She could have called in. Oh, he's armed. He's driving away. I don't know what's going on. He got agitated with me. I'm in fear for my life. I need da 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 da. And this could have easily turned into a shootout because he's being emotional, because he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. All right. And if it did, not that it should have, because he's clearly not going to shoot nobody, but if it did, they would have said, hey, well, he wasn't supposed to drive off. He drove off. He said he had a gun. What were we supposed to do? He gave them a pass. You don't ever do that. You don't ever set them up to get an easy pass, to get an easy win. All right.
But at a traffic stop, you got to kind of wait, right?
I followed the rules. I followed the rules.
Well, you might have. I don't know.
Hold on, wait a minute. You know I followed the rules. I asked her to come here, and she said she was too busy to do it. But she wasn't doing nothing when she stepped out the car halfway and said, what do you want? Right. So you can't tell me, you can't bullshit me. Bullshit somebody else.
Bullshit anyway. Listen, this is how it works. Like, she stepped out. She acknowledged. I know.
I respect.
She acknowledged that you waved at her, right? But she's in the middle of something. She can't just stop and come back and forth through. That's not how it works. I mean, you kind of know that, right? I was
being an asshole because she was being who she is.
Okay, and that's.
I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of funny. He said, I was being an asshole because she was being who she is. That's kind of funny to me. But that is kind of funny. Come on, y'all. I admit I was being an asshole, but that's because she's being who she is. I'm like, damn, brother. And you see the officer wanted to laugh. The officer kind of wanted to laugh. That's why he paused for a second. He was like, damn.
And all I did was work within the rules. I didn't break no rules. I asked her to come here. I pulled off. She got my license. What the fuck I'm gonna do? I give her my other address. Right, I understand. This plate, that plate come back to the same fucking address. Okay. And I left it open so they can run the plates and all that.
What address is that? Who's it belong to?
Me, my company.
Okay.
Town Acreview.
Okay. That being said, being that you're an officer and you know how things work, why would you leave?
Because she wouldn't come, so I had to.
But that makes no sense to me. That makes no sense.
I had to make her come to me. I can't look. I was doing what I needed to do to control the situation.
But that's the thing, though.
I made her do what I wanted to do, right?
As you know,
I made her do what I wanted to do. Hey, I do this.
I know. So you should know. At that point, you don't control the situation.
I never did control the situation, but I brought it to where I wanted it to be. Y'all don't realize that because I work in the jail. I play with criminals.
Okay, so here
you play with criminals. And this man says he plays with criminals. Okay.
This is a learning lesson. You know that. You know this is a learning lesson. Because she shouldn't have even followed me. Come on now. She did wrong. I did wrong. We both fucked up. You know that.
First of all, tell me how she did wrong, and then tell me how you did wrong.
If she see I'm going through a mental health crisis, because you don't know me, so you got to assume there's a mental health crisis. And I showed you my ID. At that point, it should have been de-escalated. You should have took your hand off your waist, all that shit. We should have had a conversation amongst peers. If you're going to write the ticket, you're going to write the ticket. I didn't care. I never did care.
Now, he says amongst peers. What he means is fellow officers. All right. Now, this dude, he made a video later saying that he suffers from bipolar disorder. Not sure how true that is, because I don't know how you would be able to be a correctional officer with bipolar disorder. I mean, that's a bad thing. But this man is he's giving them all of the excuses that they would need. Okay. Any excuse, this man is fleeing the scene. This man has a gun, or he knows where guns are. this man has admitted to having a mental health crisis, and clearly, I mean, in the video before he pulled off, this man he seemed agitated. I wouldn't imagine him having a mental health crisis. Yeah, I'm clearly having a mental health crisis. Excuse me? This man is just complete. This is not how you act, folks. This ain't how you act.
So was she writing the ticket when you waved?
I don't know what she was doing. Okay. She was taking all goddamn day.
Okay. So then, how did you?
You record.
We all recorded. We all are. So you said she messed up, and then you messed up. So now, how did you? I didn't mess up. All I did was I got what I wanted. You did wrong, or she did wrong, and you did wrong. I guess you said. What she did? You just told me what she did wrong. What did you do wrong?
Then when I come out here, I left the garage door open. I left the gun, and I showed her that I left the gun in the car, so it ain't no thing. Then she pull up. I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to close the distance so I ain't got to yell and all these more because she knows this. And but it is what it is, man. Okay. And you know this shit. Yeah, I'm telling the truth. And you can't even. Hey, man. Hey.
I'm just trying to figure out what would possess you
to
leave, other than
health crisis, because she.
Okay, she's going through a mental health crisis. Okay,
I'm bipolar, and she initiated that.
Okay,
me
so
up,
do you need an ambulance right now?
I need to relax. I'm running my bath water. Okay, I cut it off since I came out.
Right. Do you need an ambulance right now?
No, I'm just telling you who I.
Okay, so what?
We all got something wrong with us. What the hell?
Well, you said you had a mental health crisis. So I just making sure.
Yeah, she triggered it with this bullshit. Okay. Look, man, I'm trying to bridge the gap between the divider between this shit. We shouldn't even be having this conversation. All right. What I'm trying to do in Naperville, I'm trying to bridge the gap. Okay.
One way to bridge the gap would be when you get pulled over like you did. And you did great. You did great.
I pulled down all the windows.
You did great. You did great on that. But then don't just leave.
Man, I told you why I left, and it was a slow speed leave.
But you understand how it works, right?
I understand. I got you.
And you can't just say, you know what, screw this, I'm leaving. You can't just do it. You can't do that. We're going to place you under arrest for leaving the scene of a
arrest.
Yeah. Right? If you don't mind, just turn around for me.
Can I make a call though? Hold on. Can you lock up my house? Because I got.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will.
Okay, come on.
First of all,
I was waiting on this.
Is this locked?
I swear. Okay. Do everything right.
Thank you.
Okay?
We will definitely.
I promise you. I promise you. Can I get I need my phone though.
Okay, where's that at?
You got me handcuffed. Can I walk with you inside my house? Yeah, I'm handcuffed. I can't do shit.
Just let her finish.
Just so it doesn't tighten up.
There's 2 female officers? Damn, does Naperville need more men? There's a lot of female officers. I mean, not discriminating. I mean, I guess, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
Normally, when they call for backup, it's okay. Okay, all right. More power to them, I guess.
Oh, this is the first time I got cuffs on me. Yeah. Let me make a scene.
No.
Hey.
Let's not make a scene.
Cuffs on the officer. I'm a Cook County sheriff.
Okay, let's.
Right. You see. First off, he says he's a Cook County sheriff. Is he I don't know if they have like sheriffs as correctional officers or whatever, but him stating again exactly what city was this? This is Naperville. This is him stating exactly why he is upset. He's upset because, hey, I'm an officer. I have a badge. You supposed to let me go when I tell you. It's supposed to be a wink, wink. That's what he gave the thumbs up. Remember, I paused this specifically because that was his little. He gave a wink and a thumbs up. That was his little. Hey, I'm an officer. Wink, wink. Thumbs up. Here's my ID. You're supposed to look at it and say, oh, okay. Well, you just be careful next time, and you have a good day, sir. And I'm supposed to go. When he gave her the ID. And he didn't get that wink, wink. Okay, you can go, sir. That's when you see it kind of, if he's bipolar, whether he is or not, that's when it starts to trigger all that. That's when he started to get all upset. Like, hey, what is this? I got someplace to be. I need to take a bath. All that stuff. That's when he started to do all that.
No. We gonna make this. No, we gonna make a scene. Y'all want to put up?
All right, we're not giving you phone. I'm not giving your phone.
Okay, if I don't get my phone, I'm not going in that place.
Well, yes, you are.
You gonna give me my phone? Okay, y'all gonna pick me
up?
up?
Are you gonna leave? Are you gonna stop making a scene?
I want my phone.
Are you gonna stop making a scene?
Yeah, if I get my phone.
Let's get your phone.
Only one person going in my house.
No, we're all going in.
No.
Okay, well then we're not getting your phone. Let's go.
Well, then I'm not going. Hold on, y'all put cuffs on me, and I came back out here. I ain't going nowhere. Y'all gonna do your job. I'm an inmate now.
Yes,
I'm an inmate
yes,
now.
you are.
Yep, that's what you
You
like.
got it, or you want me to call some more? Come on.
No, you're not gonna leave my house unsecured. My weapon right there.
We'll get it for you.
We got to get people involved. Hey!
Sam 33.
Hey! Call the police.
33.
My gun in my car, and I'm an officer.
Come on.
And then he's saying he an officer again. Brother, he just said, I'm an inmate. Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch? He said, I'm an inmate. And the white cop said, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Every time he says, notice, every time he said, I'm an officer, they never recognized him as being an officer. They never said anything to recognize the fact that he is an officer. The second he said, I'm an inmate, they're like, yep, we agree. Yeah, that's something we can agree on. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Let me take it back a little bit so you guys can hear exactly how, not just him saying it, but how he said it. So like right around here.
I ain't going nowhere. Y'all gonna do your job. I'm an inmate now.
Yes,
I'm an inmate
yes,
now.
You are.
Yep. That's what you like.
Yes, you are. We got you, boy. Yes, you are. Sure are. This man is playing goofy. He thinking he's getting at the cops by being difficult and uncooperative, and he don't know he's setting them up for them beating his ass later on. All of this stuff he's doing, and I don't take the cop side, but this is a teaching lesson. All this stuff he's doing, getting all emotional because he feels betrayed by his fellow officers. Now, if they shot him, they could have been like, hey, he admitted he's bipolar, he's upset, he drove away, he got a gun, there's nothing we can do. He's giving them all of the fuel they would need. This is something that you don't do.
I need to call some more. Come on.
No, you're not gonna leave my house unsecured. My weapon right there.
We'll get it for you.
We got to get people involved. Hey!
Sam 33.
Hey! Call the police.
33.
My gun in my car, and I'm an officer.
Come on.
They know I'm an officer. This ain't gonna work, baby. This shit gonna work. Oh, now y'all wanna play field training with me? All right. No, ain't no Chris.
Let's go.
No, ain't no.
Chris, come on,
Come on, y'all wanna play inmate?
Oh, I saw that.
You're an officer.
I saw
How you? What you see?
Come on.
I'm with handcuffs.
Come on.
No, we gonna get some people out here.
You want to get some people?
Yeah.
All right, we'll wait right here then.
Okay.
Turn your head that way.
No.
Yep. Stop resisting. You're good. You're good right there.
All right, y'all got me over the thing. Y'all don't have to keep on going.
No, we didn't.
I'm not putting my head on the car. I'm not putting my head down.
Put your head down then.
Put it down for me.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay, I'm not putting it down. You got all this pressure on me. That shit don't work. Come on, I'll push with you. That shit don't work.
Okay, good. You're good then. Just stand right here.
I don't know why you come up here trying to be.
I tried to be nice to you.
No, you ain't being nice to yourself.
That makes no sense, dude.
Dude, all you doing is you making
all this talking that this man is doing. This man literally said, no, you're not being nice to yourself. Now, I was like, all this talking he's trying to do because he's upset and he's just emotionally lashing out on the other officers. He's doing this for no reason. Just emotionally lashing. Yeah, no, you're not even being, dude, be quiet. If you were quiet from the very beginning, you wouldn't have been in this situation. Now, I guess it's good the fact that we get to kind of examine this so we can to learn the rights and the wrongs in this particular situation and how we should view it. But from the jump, your emotion got you in this situation in the first place, which is why you do not at all act emotional whatsoever when you get pulled over, even if the reason is illegitimate. If she pulled him over and she was tripping for not checking his ID and taking whatever the case may be, you can deal with that in court or whatever. You can deal with that later. You said, what country is he from? Not sure. He might be FBA. We gotta it's a possibility. It's a strong possibility based off his last name that he's FBA, because I know FBAs with that last name. So it's a possibility that he is. We got FBAs that trip, so we ain't gonna act like everybody who trip ain't FBA. So, but regardless, this is a teaching lesson.
You're making a news report. All you're doing is making a news report.
No, you're making a news report.
Okay. We gonna see how this goes.
Thank you.
I'm not putting my head down.
You don't have to.
Why you keep on moving my head? So you hurting me. You hurting me. Now I'm cool. You don't have to click me.
What I doing?
No, look at what you're
I'm
doing in my
gonna
head.
hold it. I'm gonna control your hand.
You're not controlling my head. That shit hurt. You hurting me. You hurting me. Ma'am, you were hurting me. You don't need to do this, ma'am. Okay.
No.
I told you you hurting me. You don't have to do it because you hurting me.
Relax.
All right, tell her to stop. If you got me, you the man. Take care of this, Sergeant. Get her off of me.
No,
I don't need her to hold me.
She's not holding you anymore. She got her arm up here.
I don't need that.
She got her arm
All
up
right.
here. Nope. Stay down.
No.
Okay, you want to go down?
Nope. Oh, shit, you broke my leg.
Now, you want to do
The
that?
situation where he's on the ground right now didn't have to escalate to that degree. Now, what the cops were trying to do, he stood still and he was just kind of standing still, talking shit or whatever the case is. They kept trying, the female officer kept trying to twist the cuffs and make it tighter and hurt him to that degree. That's when he was like, hey, you hurting me, because she's playing with the cuffs behind him, trying to be tough. And this is what I was saying earlier. These female officers, they do a lot to try to prove themselves, to try to prove that they're not weak. And that's what he was talking about. And he was trying to almost throw her off, which is why they had to throw him to the ground like this.
That's where we're going to stay and we're going to wait.
Okay.
This is on you, buddy.
Why did you do that? You could have
Because
broke my leg.
We didn't, though. You know why? Because you did it on your own. All right? So we're going to go.
I hope y'all don't tase me because I'm sweating.
We're not going to tase you. We're just going to get you in the car now.
Okay.
All right? We got to get him in the car.
Okay.
Hold on. I'll get up.
All right.
I'll get up because I'm not sure my leg gonna go. My leg broke. My leg is broke. I can't move my leg. My leg is broke. The right one. This right one. I can't move it.
Film all you want,
I
man.
can't.
It's his fault.
We're gonna sit you up on your butt. Is that okay?
Okay, I can't. No, I need to
Your
keep
leg
it
is
like
not
this.
broken.
Look at the knee. Look at the kneecap.
Okay.
Stay right there.
Look at the kneecap.
I got you. Stay right
I
there.
can't move it.
Okay, we got the ambulance coming.
We're gonna keep you right here. You want to put your head down? That's fine.
No, I'm good with my head down. Hey, make sure you film it.
She is. Don't worry.
filming.
So are we.
Broke my fucking leg.
Yes, let's get him here.
You broke my fucking leg. Hey, and they know I'm an officer. Shit, I can't move this one.
Okay. You good if I let go of you?
And he says one more time, yeah, they know I'm an officer. Okay. That's what he's upset with.
What I'm gonna do?
I'm just making sure.
What the fuck I'm gonna do?
Are you gonna fall? I
Come
don't
on,
want you to fall.
hold on to me.
Are you gonna fall back?
Because you like this shit. No, yep, I'm gonna fall back.
Then let me have my hand.
No, I want your hand. I want it there now.
You want it there?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, come on. Come on, do what you was doing all that shit with 3 motherfuckers and I'm handcuffed. Do all that shit now.
What
Because
shit?
he must be, who are you? You must be a lieutenant or something.
Another sergeant.
Okay, another sergeant. He must got more sense than you because you acting right now.
Dude, I was acting right before.
No,
you were the one that
was
went
on that
all
funny
ballistic
shit.
on us.
You was on that funny shit. I
Started
ain't did
screaming,
shit.
started trying to
Yep,
fight
I
us.
can do that. I fight you. Fight you.
Yeah. At first you sat down and tried to sit down on the ground.
I
then
was
you started-
handling y'all with the goddamn
and
cuffs
then you
on.
tried to get up and play with us.
How? My hands behind my back.
We had you nice right there, just waiting
Okay.
for
He said you tried to fight with us. This man is implying he tried to fight the officers. This man, the black cop, man, this is now what he's doing is he's showing out for the other officers. Oh, you tried to fight us. No. He was tripping. He never tried to fight them. Okay. Maybe he wasn't cooperating, going back to the vehicle. He was yelling. You could say that, but was he trying to fight them? Was he trying to physically harm them? No, he was not. Not at any point in this video did he ever try to physically harm anybody.
Yeah, I was standing up because she was leaning on me.
Yeah. And then you decided to act a fool.
What's a fool to you? What's a fool to you?
No. On video too,
I asked you what's a fool. Okay, I got you. Nigga, I got a taser.
Okay. It's fine. I'm glad you do.
Talking to you. Oh, you didn't like the word nigga, huh?
I didn't even hear you say that.
Is anybody?
I'm a nigga.
Keep talking.
I'm a nigga.
Stop talking.
Hey, your leg seems fine.
Hold on. You act like I was about to punch. You scary than a motherfucker. You shouldn't even be in this job. You've been elevated the whole time. The whole reason why, because it's your ego. Your ego got me on the ground. You fucked up. You shouldn't even be in this job. You fucked up. You gonna kill somebody. Naperville got enough going on with the race-rate relations, and you up here exciting it? You knew I was an officer. You knew I was an officer. You knew I was an officer. This is an ego trip for you.
How did you be an officer?
Because I told her. I asked her to come talk to me. When I told her as an officer, she should have de-escalated the whole situation.
Why would you be an officer cause something need to be de-escalated?
Because she don't need to worry about me shooting her.
Okay.
Because I'm an officer, I'm on her side.
All right.
Yo. He said, because I'm an officer, I'm on her side. Who gonna tell him? Who gonna tell him? Dude, should I say it? I don't know. I'm gonna say it. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Nigga, you not on her side at all. You are on the ground, surrounded by all these. That dude, I don't know if he's white or not. He kind of looked like maybe Hispanic or whatever. You're surrounded by all these white officers on the ground talking about I'm on her side. Sir, you are not on her side. They are not on the y'all not on the same side. Okay. You see all these officers, you the only one on the ground with a broken leg. Talking about I'm an officer. You knew I was an officer. That's your problem. Okay. When you don't view the system of white supremacy the way you're supposed to, you think of the situation like that. Oh, when I told you I was an officer, she was supposed to de-escalate the situation. Well, the situation, sir, the situation was not escalated. The situation wasn't at that point. You escalated the situation when she didn't just dismiss you after admitting that you were an officer. After admitting that. So that, the ego trip is actually on Christopher's side. It's on his side. He's the one who was doing all that. This man is sitting up there screaming off, betraying. He feels betrayed. Look at the pain and the anger. He feels betrayed by his fellow officers. Hate to see it. Okay. Now he's lucky he didn't get a trigger happy cop. Because if he got a trigger happy cop, they would have shot him 10 ways to Sunday now and had all of the excuse they needed. Whether they were right or wrong, they would have had an excuse. Well, he did say he was bipolar, he was upset, he had a gun, he was big, he was black. It would have been that. He's lucky he didn't get a trigger happy cop.
Get out of here.
I'm just asking questions because you seem like you're just hunting packing for anything, buddy.
Oh, well, I might as well get it all out my chest. I'm arrested.
All right. Can I ask you a question?
Stupid. I ain't no questions. You got me under arrest in my neighborhood.
I want to ask you a question about your house. How do you want me to secure it?
Nigga, fuck you.
I don't appreciate that.
No, I can't go in there. If you take the cuffs off and put them in front of me, one of you come in there with me. I get my phone.
How do you want me to secure your
my gun?
Not having it.
You take me to jail and you figure it out.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you something. I'm going to give you forewarning on camera. I have a lawyer, okay? He has sued this city before, okay?
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, fine. I'm trying to help y'all out. Go ahead and take me to jail. Do whatever you going to do.
Stand up and get in the back of the car then.
Bitch, I can't stand up. You stupid bitch. Get the fuck away from me. Could you put me on the ground, you dumb bitch?
Now notice, peep out. Hold on. Let me see if I can slow it down just enough. This officer, the one who had a little bit of tan on him, yeah, his leg was broke. She's like, yeah, stand up and get in the car. I'm telling you, yeah, she was kind of goofy the whole time. The female cop was kind of goofy the whole time. All right. This man has the ability to de-escalate the situation right at this point, and this man is still deciding not to do that. All right. Now, she's doing that as if she forgot that he said his leg was broken. She's antagonizing the situation. She's either goofy and just totally forgetful, or she's antagonizing the situation.
Figure it out. Okay. Now, let me tell you something. I'm going to give you forewarning on camera.
Check this officer's tattoo out right here. Always be careful with officers, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see. This is an iron cross tattoo that the officer has. Be careful when you see certain tattoos, because these are tattoos that you see white supremacists have when they're in white supremacist gangs or they're affiliated with different white supremacist gangs. Now, he moves in a little bit, and I'm going to see if I can catch it, if I can pause it, so you can get a better view. But always be careful when you see certain things like this. Now, do all of them have tattoos? No, they don't all have tattoos, but be careful for the ones that do have tattoos, because that's an easy sign that you can detect, like, okay, yep, this is a big problem.
I have a lawyer, okay? He has sued this city before, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm trying to help y'all out. Go ahead and take me to jail. Do whatever you gonna do.
Stand up and get in the back of the car then.
Bitch, I can't stand up. You stupid bitch. Get the fuck away from me.
Now, she only said that just stand up and get in the car then. She's not in charge at this moment. She was in charge before when she first pulled him over. She's not in charge now, okay? You literally have other sheriffs out there, okay? They're in charge. They've taken over the scene. She wants to tell him what to do because she wants to feel in control. All right? That's the only reason she's talking right now.
Could you put me
hold on. See? There it is again. And I don't know what the other tattoos are, but there that iron tattoo is again. All right. This tattoo, I don't know if they edited to kind of
away from
some of his tattoos out, because some of his other tattoos blurred out when they're in front of the camera. But that's like they're saying, that's a Nazi symbol tattoo. All right.
Hey, we're gonna get on. All right.
These are the people that he expects to be on his side. He don't know how deep this goes if he thinks because he has a badge, they're all on the same side.
Can't move my goddamn leg, you stupid bitch.
All right. So what I want you to do.
And if she can't take this while I'm on the ground, what the fuck is she an officer for? Huh? What the fuck is she an officer for if she can't take me calling her name? I worked in a jail with no gun. You do that because you can't even handle yourself on the motherfucking street with a gun. All these motherfuckers would have been inmates, and I could have controlled them. But you got all these motherfuckers on one person.
Great. So what leg hurts? Like what leg can you not stand up?
The one that's bent. I can't unbend it. My foot moves, but I can't unbend it.
Okay.
It's popped or something.
All right.
And the bitch did that shit wrong.
Have you ever had any injuries prior?
No.
Okay. They're gonna.
All I was doing is standing up. How the fuck you gonna fight when you standing up with your arm behind your back?
I was not here. I'm here now.
They want me to fucking surrender on the car and shit. I ain't doing that shit. Never. I want you to make this personal.
No, I don't.
Because it is personal. You're trying to play for the cameras. But you gonna start fucking with me.
That's cool. How am I fucking with you?
You know my cars now. You know my addresses. You're gonna start fucking with
I'm
me.
not even normally.
That's cool. Because I ain't got no problems with the police. I got a problem with you. I got a problem with you.
I don't have a
because
problem
you
with
was sitting here to be a supervisor and supervise these bitches. But you let this shit happen.
Chris,
I'm sorry. I thought that was funny. He said, "They supervise these bitches." Okay. Like he a pimp or something. This man is kind of comical. It's ridiculous, but it's kind of comical. This man is now the ambulance pulled up, so now the ambulance is about to come check his leg. So the video is pretty much over. All right, the ambulance is just gonna go check him. So we don't really got to play too much because the video's over. He said, "It's supervised these." Look. It's comical, but it's ridiculous. And the thing is, it's dangerous. That's the most important thing. It's dangerous because he could have gotten himself killed. He could have gotten himself killed. All right. We can look at it and it wouldn't be funny at all if he died. It wouldn't be funny at all if he got shot. That wouldn't be funny. Even though his leg was broken. You know, this man is still on the ground with a broken leg talking shit. What are you doing, sir? This is not how you act. Now he knows if he works with prisoners, he knows how prisoners are supposed to conduct themselves. Okay? Prisoners are supposed to conduct themselves as if they're in prison. When you're a black person, really in the world, I was about to say in America, but really anywhere in the world, you have to understand when you get pulled over or stopped by police, you are a prisoner of war. Okay? You can't flee the scene. This stuff wouldn't have went that way. He would have got his ticket and went on about his life if he didn't flee the scene. He fled the scene not because he was super frustrated or because she was doing something wrong. She was supposed to run his place, and that's what they're supposed to do. Cops, if you notice when they pull you over, they don't ever immediately hop out the car. The reason why is because they take a second to run the plates. When they run the plates, they say, okay, well, is the vehicle stolen? Does this person have a warrant for his arrest? They always do that. Anytime you get pulled over, you never see the cop pull you over and immediately jump out and be like, sir, you were speeding. They don't do that. All right. The cop always runs the plate. So, okay, she didn't do that. Okay, she goofy, whatever. You can clearly tell by the video, she kind of special. She ain't the sharpest tool in the department. We get it. She ain't the sharpest pencil. She a little special. She ain't as quick as everybody else. We understand that part. The thing is that he was all cool and smooth and everything. Oh yeah, I got my gun right here. He rolled all his windows down because they all had tints on them. He knew to roll all of the windows down so she can see all throughout the car and everything. And he was all like, "Here's my ID. Gotcha. Cop. I'm a cop. All right. I just want to show you my ID to show you I'm a cop. Come on, let me go." And when she didn't do that, and then he's all like, "Hey, what is this? Come over here." And then he started getting upset. Because his little wink thumbs up thing didn't really work the way he wanted it to. That didn't work because she's all like, okay, I guess this nigga has a job. That don't mean nothing to me. And this is when he's all like, oh, what is going on? Then this is when he leaves. Now, him just leaving could have turned into a whole big shootout. Him leaving alone could have turned into a big shootout. It could have turned into cops on the road following him. Oh, we need this. He said he got a gun. You know, he was, you know how the female officers be. You know how they be, especially around the brothers. Like he winked at me. He did his thumbs up. He was flirting with me. I feel sexually harassed. He sexually harassed me. And he drove off with the gun when I didn't give him my number. I think that's what he wanted. He probably wanted my number, and he was going off. Now he's going off to endanger some white woman. It would have been this crazy spin. It would have been on the news or whatever. They would have found some high school picture with him at prom with a white girl, and it would have been like, yes, he tried to flirt with her and she turned his advances down and he got so enraged, and it would have been that. That's how they would have flipped the story. They wouldn't even mention that he was an officer. They wouldn't even have buffed that part up. They would have made it seem like this man is just flirting with her and she didn't want it, and then he just lost his damn mind. But I don't want you guys to feel ignored. I want to get to the super chats, okay? YGLTB1, thank you very much for the 1999 super chat. Much appreciate that, fam. Thank you very much. He says, I think that's a he, says, it is very apparent at this point he does not understand the way WS works. He doesn't. Always remember, white people get the benefit of the doubt and black people get the doubt of innocence. That's very true. That's very, very true. In a traffic stop, just stop talking. Thank you. Thank you for your message and thank you for your super chat. That's the thing. You sent up there thinking that your badge means anything to them. It does not mean nothing. All right. So you messed up in the game by thinking that in and of yourself. Okay. You shouldn't have thought that. We got another one. Stay positive for the $20 super chat. Thank you very much. It says our new black media really matters. Thank you, sir. And B1 to you. And you stay positive too. Thank you very much for your message. Thank you very much for your super chat. I appreciate that. We also have our good brother, Black Logic. He says, fool you crazy. I say it. When I said I don't want to say it, yes, he said it. And thank you. He gave a $50 super chat. Much appreciate that, brother. Thank you very much. Y'all gonna be seeing something with him coming up soon. Don't want to spoil it, but y'all gonna be seeing that. But thank you very much for your super chat. Appreciate that. This man is acting a fool. This man is he says, I'm an officer, and I told her I was an officer, so I'm on her side. No, you're not on her side. You're not on her side. Nobody else around you is confused about the situation except him. This is why you have to understand when we have conversations about, is America's racism, is that a bigger problem than classism? Is it sexism, whatever? It is always racism. Racism is always the biggest thing because he said, and he went back in the video, he said, hey, they're peers. She should have talked to me as a peer, but he saw that they didn't interact as a peer. All right. He saw that they interacted with him as, I'm just some nigga on the street. It doesn't matter what your occupation is. It doesn't matter if you have a badge. It doesn't matter what your job is. It doesn't matter. You got multiple properties. You got your own business. It doesn't matter your class. It doesn't matter your income. When they saw you, you gave them all of that. Yeah, I got 2 different houses and I stay downtown and I'm over here and I'm over here. And okay. Well, look, you Negro, give me your things. Give me all that. You're a nigger. They don't. Yeah, whatever. Okay, you got a badge. Whoop-de-doo. Whatever. Don't care. They don't care about that stuff. See, too often the black cop gets indoctrinated and they think, now I'm not going to say all black cops, but for the solid majority, almost all. And the black cops that don't act like that, they get almost pushed out of the department. They get ostracized from the rest of the cops, and they'll admit it. They'll admit they get mistreated by the rest of the cops when they don't act like that. All right. Most of the good black cops, they get pushed out of the department because of that. And it's only the cops that want to go along to get along. Those cops, those black cops, are the ones who stay in the department because they believe that, hey, my badge or my social status, my sorority or my fraternity or whatever the case is, that puts me above the rest of you black people. I have more in common with these fellow officers in this department than I do with you as a black person. Though these are the cops that went to college and joined the fraternity or whatever the case is. These are the cops that might stay in the same neighborhood with other cops in the department. These are the cops that have been all like, hey, I swore an oath to the badge. I've been here for 15 years. These are those cops. And they think that there is some type of barrier between their race and their occupation. And they feel that the barrier between their race and their occupation is thicker than the barrier between the white cops and the black cops. So they feel that they're closer or more aligned to the white cops than they are to the race. So that's why they feel betrayed when they're around white cops and they don't see the cops like how they want to see the cops. The cops don't see them as race blind, because these cops never see you as race blind. These cops always see you as black first. So this is why it's the most logical thing to do, to be black first anyway, so you can see everything from that perspective. Because once you see everything from that perspective, you don't get confused. This man is getting in this situation because this man is confused about where he is in the system of white supremacy. You are sitting up there being thrown to the ground by an officer with a Nazi tattoo talking about, I'm on your side. You are the only person who does not know at all what is going on. You the only black person, and the only black person in the whole situation is on the ground with a broken leg talking about, I'm on her side. You don't know what's going on. You have to understand what's going on so you can know how to adapt, and you can know how to act accordingly when you're in situations like this. That's what you have to do. Shouldn't have pulled, this man pulled off for what reason? Because he was frustrated. He pulled off and went to the house and ran a bath. It's not like he had a family emergency he had to go to. He pulled off because he was frustrated. He went to the house and ran a bath. And then you can see he was outside talking to him. This man didn't have anything important to do. It's not like, damn, I got to go to work. Damn, I got to go do this. Damn, my baby at the hospital. Damn, something that I got to pick my kids up. Damn, it wasn't that. He pulled off to rent a bath. Why? Because he was upset. He was upset because his, hey, I'm not these little Negroes card, I'm an officer like you, didn't work out. It just didn't. And that's why he's in that thing. Now, I'm glad he didn't like get shot or anything. Glad about that part. He has a YouTube channel now where he decided to, I guess, use the clout to open up his YouTube channel, and now he's talking about, he came out, said he's bipolar. He lives with bipolar disorder, which if he lives with bipolar disorder, he should not at all be dealing with inmates. Okay, that's a what they call that thing? A recipe for disaster. That's the word slipped me. That's a recipe for disaster. You got a bipolar correctional officer working with inmates. What the hell? Okay. But, you know, I hope he get the therapy he need so he can learn not to do that, because he might have, and to be honest, we don't know, he might have wound up saving his own life when he was doing all that yelling, help, 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 even though, yeah, that's unnecessary. But it's broad daylight, and the cops are looking at the fact that it's broad daylight, and now everybody is looking at the situation. So because of the fact that he announced, hey, they're taking me in or whatever, that everybody starts looking at it, that might have prevented the cops from shooting him. In a situation where he might not have been able to go home, in a situation where it might have been darker, in the same type of situation, it might have been darker or whatever the case, the cops probably would have shot him in that situation. He probably, now I don't think he did it on purpose. He probably did it just to show out. But he probably did something, maybe or maybe not. He might have done something that prevented, to a degree, the cops from shooting him. In that situation, the cops could have done this. The cops are clearly a neo-Nazi. They don't have anything against shooting black people. So this is why you do not ever set yourselves up in those types of situations in the first place. You just don't do that. You just don't ever do that. Don't put yourself in that type of situation in the first place. Now, much respect to Hank Owen for the $5 super chat. Thank you very much, brother. If he is a law enforcement officer, he's going to get lectured by supervisors and terminated. His department is going to side with the arresting officers. It will. I don't know what he thought he was doing. And then man said he was close to getting retired. He was close to being retired too. I don't know what he thought. They're gonna see that. They're gonna be like, oh, okay, you admit you're bipolar. This is how you act. Yeah, we can't be having you work around inmates. That's dangerous. We can't be having you do that. So I don't know what could have happened to him. You shouldn't have did that. Should have never did that. Thank you very much for your super chat. Family, when you're around officers, when you get pulled over, what you want to do is you want to remain as almost robotic as possible. You want to remain like a damn robot with absolutely no emotion. All right. You don't want to get upset. You don't want to show them that you are emotional at all, even if you're frustrated, which you're going to be frustrated because a cop is pulling you over and nobody wants to be pulled over by the cop. So instantly you're going to be frustrated, especially if you feel like you got pulled over for no reason. Because there's a lot of times cops pull you over and they ask you, oh, do you know why I pulled you over? And you say, sir, was I speeding? Like, yes, you were, sir. You were speeding. This is why you don't say anything. This is why you're as quiet as possible. Because sometimes the cops will pull you over and they'll ask you for a reason. And then once you give them a reason, they'll say, okay, well, yeah, sure. That's the reason. That's the reason I pulled you over. And they'll use that because you've already pretty much confessed to doing that. Sir, do you know why I pulled you over? Oh, is it because of my broken tail light? Yeah, sure it is. That's why you don't say anything. Even if you know why. They might have pulled you over because of a broken tail light. They might have pulled you over because you ran the stop sign. They might have pulled you over because you were speeding. You don't know nothing. Sir, do you know why I pulled you over? Not sure. Also, too, when they come over, a lot of times they'll knock. They'll be like, license and registration, please. What you don't do is you don't sit here and you don't be all like, why did you pull me over in the first place? I got my rights. You can't be pulling me. You over for me. Don't. License and registration. Which, listen, I'm going to tell you what I do when I get pulled over. Because cops pull me over, at least they used to. They used to pull me over all the time, all right, for no reason. But they don't do it like that no more to me. But when that happens to me, all right, I have my registration in the glove compartment, okay? I have my registration and insurance in the glove compartment. I got my license right there. By the time the cops come up to me, my license and registration is right there visible. So, bam, the windows the windows already rolled down. Here you go. Sir, do you know why I pulled you over? Here you go. Just take it. Okay. I pulled you over because you were speeding. Okay, well. Won't do it again. Where are you going? I was just driving, officer. I was just driving. You were just driving, huh? Were you going home, going to a party, going to sell drugs? You're just driving. You don't got to tell them where you were going. They don't need to know where you are going or where you are coming from. So, where are you coming from, bud? Where are you coming from? Come from party, huh? Been drinking, smoking, huh? Don't know. You don't know nothing. You're just driving. Don't matter. Okay? You give them you want to have the interaction be as quick as possible. All right? If they give you a ticket, you don't sit there and fight the ticket. You can fight the ticket in court, but the thing is that once they issue the ticket, they'll issue the ticket. The ticket is issued. They don't issue a ticket. And you be all like, you know what? I'm going to rip it up in front of you just to show you I don't care. No, whatever. Okay. You could, it don't matter. The ticket don't matter. I'm going to show you, damn the cops. Fuck this ticket. Don't be doing that. Just, they not pretty much going to be in court. And I know personally, I know from experience, they pretty much don't go to court. They pretty much don't. So you go to court, you probably gonna get the ticket dismissed, especially if it's something like a tail light. If you get that fixed, if it's something like your registration's expired, get that fixed. You don't have insurance on you at the time, which it's a lot of the times when people don't have their insurance on them at the time. You get that taken care of. You go to court, they dismiss it, you don't pay nothing. Okay? But you're doing the most, you trying, do not be emotional. And this isn't to say be paranoid or whatever. When they walk up to the car, don't be shivering, be like, officer, please don't kill me, please. Don't be doing that. You got to be just completely calm like a robot, you know, like completely calm like a robot, you know, like you didn't do nothing wrong. They tripping. Always think that they tripping. You don't do nothing wrong. So that way you don't confess to doing something. I'm sorry, I was speeding. I was going 100 miles an hour. My license is suspended. I don't know what I'm doing, and my tail lights are broken. Don't be doing that. No. Don't confess to nothing. All right? They got to prove everything. All right? That's how you do. That's how you act. All right? So, but with that being said, I think this was a very educational broadcast right here. I wish the best. I wish healing for our brother. You know, hope he got a YouTube channel. I hope he learns his lesson. Whatever, especially because he has a child, which I know from his YouTube. He announced he has a daughter. So, you know, wish him the best. But this is what you do and this is what you don't do, family. You guys can be following me on my social media pages, which is Afro Elite on Instagram and The Afro Elite on Twitter. And the links to both of those are in the description. Yes, indeed. All right. And in conclusion, with that being said, my brothers and my sisters, B1 salute to every single last one of you all. Thank you all for the cash apps. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for liking. Thank you all for sharing. Salute to every single last one of you all. And of course, you all have a good one.